Hello, everyone. Welcome to English for You. I'm Mike.
And I'm Laura.
And it is summertime.
Woo-hoo.
So it's time to do some fun things in the summer.
Yay, going to the beach.
That's one thing we could definitely do. Another thing that really comes alive during the summer is the music scene. There are so many good things going on around town, around the country, around the world, especially, I think, this summer because, a lot of people are sort of getting back to normal and big events, big groups and gatherings of people are sort of okay again. So we can go back and watch our favorite sports teams or get together with our friends and have a party or go to a music festival.
A music festival, 音乐季.
Absolutely. So we're going to be reading, I think it's a 2-day article, that's right, about live music and good times, a trip to a music festival. It's going to be fantastic. So get your drinks, get your sunglasses, your coolest clothes, your sunscreen. We're heading to a music festival.
Reading.
Live music and good times, a trip to a music festival. Eric and Tracy have just arrived at a music festival. They're waiting in the line to get in.
There are so many people here. It'll take a while to get to the front of the line.
Yes, this is the biggest music festival in this area. I think there are 6 stages.
Which bands do you want to see?
I really want to see TV Toe and Horses. They're my favorite bands. So I'm excited that they're playing on the main stage.
I like those bands too. You must love indie and rock music.
What's your favorite type of music?
I quite like acoustic, so I'm glad that Joe Slug is playing. He's a great guitar player. I also like pop though.
There's an indie pop band performing. It's called Golden Sun Ride. It's a Taiwanese band with great attitude.
Let's see their performance then. I hope they meet expectations.
Okay. It looks like we're almost at the front of the line. Let's get our tickets ready to exchange for our wristbands.
All right, so our article is going to actually take the form of a couple of dialogues, a little conversation between a couple of characters, their friends, their music lovers, and yes, they're going to a music festival. So let's get into it and see what this is all about. As we begin the article, we read, Eric and Tracy have just arrived at a music festival. They're waiting in the line to get in. All right, well, this is a good place to start. So they're just beginning their fun day as we're beginning our dialogue. We should probably mention that anytime you have a festival, it's kind of a celebration and it features a certain kind of activity, but kind of in a bigger way than you might normally find it. We might have a food festival where they would invite many restaurants to go there, and each little table would have different styles of food, different types of chefs. Music festivals, of course, will feature music concerts, but not just one band playing one show on one night. You might have 40 bands all playing at different times on the same day. So it's sort of like a food court of music. You can wander around, try this, listen to those guys, watch this band for a few minutes, and it's a great day out.
You're getting me hungry and excited, okay? 所以我们今天要提到的主题，我真的个人非常爱，就是夏天就是要去音乐季 a music festival。那我们的主角就是 Eric and Tracy， 他们就来到一个音乐季。那这时候呢 ，they're waiting in the line， 他们在排队才可以进去。然后 Eric 一开始就说：“哇，这里也太多人了吧 ！”It'll take a while to get to the front of the line。这里 the front 是当作名词表示前面或者是前部。所以呢，整句话的意思就是说，会花一段时间才能到队伍的前面Take a while, take some time. I hate lining up.
Well, yeah, but that's a part of a music festival. If it's a good music festival, I mean, you don't want to go to an empty music festival.
Oh, true.
Where you're the only people there. Part of the fun is the big group of people you'll be having fun with. But yes, with big groups of people, with Renshan, Renhai, People Mountain, People Sea, come long lines and waiting and all that kind of stuff. But as Eric says, there are so many people here, it'll take a while to get to the front of the line. But that means it's a popular festival, so it should be good. And as we continue along, his friend Tracy, she says yes. She agrees, of course. She can also see there are many, many people. And then she kind of says why. She says this is the biggest music festival in this area. I think there are 6 stages. So as I said, each stage will have a different band playing at different times.
6.
So basically, that's a lot of music going on.
Huge.
And when we talk about this word stage, basically a stage is a raised floor where performances are done. The audience will sit on a lower level, and then you have the stage, which is raised up above. But it's just a flat, open space. And on that stage, you'll have the dancers, the actors, the musicians. That's where the show will go. You might even use a stage for just a speech or something like that when a politician, for example, is visiting your town. And on the stage, of course, since they're higher, everyone can see them from far around. For example, the actor walked to the front of the stage and began his speech. So obviously this stage is in a theater for plays.
That's right. OK, 所以哇，我们来到是一个非常超级无敌大的音乐季哦。为什么呢？我们从它的课文就知道说，竟然有6个舞台耶。Stage 这个字就是舞台啦。那像是如果你上台很容易紧张 ，OK， 很容易怯场，你可以说 stage fright， 用这个来表示你对上台非常恐惧哦。那 stage performance 就是上台做的一个表演哦。
And actually, we can often use that phrase, I saw him on stage or something.
Right.
That's kind of like I saw them perform, do a show. All right. So yes, there are 6 stages. There's going to be lots of music. There's lots of people. This is going to be a great day. But with all of that music going on all of those stages, you can't really watch everyone, can you? You can't be everywhere at the same time. Just like you can't see every movie that's out in the movie theater that weekend. You got to kind of choose.
Exactly.
So Eric says, which bands do you want to see? In other words, which groups, which music are you more interested in?
BTS. No, I don't know if BTS is there. Okay.
Maybe.
Yes, everybody wants to see BTS. Okay, which bands do you want to see? 因为他们有太多的舞台，可能有很多组的表演者，当然就会想要知道说，哎，那你最想要看哪些团？团当然就是 band.
That's right. And obviously, way before the actual day of the festival, they will tell you who will be there, so you can sort of look at the bands like you look at a menu at a restaurant, say, ooh, I like them, ooh, I want to see them, ooh, I don't really like that guy. So you can kind of choose before. And Tracy, well, she has prepared. She has done her homework. She knows she's got a plan. She says, I really want to see TV Toe and Horses. I'm assuming TV Toe and Horses are 2 different music groups.
Okay.
And that's just the name of the group. We have Coldplay, we have the Foo Fighters, and we have Mayday. Here we have TV Toe, that's one group, and Horses. And then she explains why she's interested in those 2 groups. They're my favorite bands, so I'm excited that they're playing on the main stage. Oh, okay. Since they're on the main stage, I guess they're quite famous and popular.
OK， 所以他真的想要，这2个团名还蛮妙的哦 ，TV Toe 跟 Horses。OK， 那好险，应该是2个分开不同的哦，不是叫 TV Toe and Horses。他说这2个那个乐团是我最喜欢的乐团，所以他非常开心，他们会在主要的 The Main Stage 来表演哦。
All right. Well, it seems that Eric has kind of the same taste in music because he says, I like those bands too. So this is good news. That means they'll spend the day together. It won't be like, oh, you watch your favorite, I'll go over here and watch my favorite, and then we'll meet in an hour. No, they're going to spend the day together because they like the same group. So that's good. And because of these groups that Tracy said that she liked, Eric kind of makes a good guess. He says, you must love indie and rock music, right? As everyone knows, music comes in different styles or genres. Indie rock, indie music, rock music, that's kind of one sort of similar style. Of course, if Tracy liked hip-hop, she might be interested in seeing a totally different bunch of groups.
其实我们都有喜欢不同的音乐哦。那接下来我们当然会就是介绍一些不同的音乐类别。那 Indie 就是独立音乐，那 Rock Music 当然就是摇滚乐啦。所以接下来 I bet they're going to talk about their favorite types of music.
Of course they will, because you gotta know that. As we said, there's so much music to see, so you want to make sure you see the stuff you're really excited, interested, and passionate about. So Tracy asks Eric, what's your favorite type of music? So here, notice she's not asking him his favorite group or band or something, just a type, a style of music.
I hate it when you have to choose like one favorite because it's so hard, especially with music or movies, like movie genre.
Yeah, it kind of depends on what mood you're in,
对
right?
啊 What's your favorite type of music? 你最喜欢什么类型的音乐 I'm going to ask you that question, Mike.
No, don't ask me that. It'll take 3 hours to explain.
I know, right?
Back to Eric. Well, he says, I quite like acoustic. That's one of his favorite types or styles of music. I quite like acoustic, he says. So I'm glad that Joe Slug is playing. I guess Joe Slug plays acoustic music of some kind, and we learn more about Mr. Slug in the next sentence when Eric explains he's a great guitar player. Okay, so it might not just be his singing. His guitar playing is also something that Eric enjoys and admires. And then he adds, I also like pop, though. All right, so he's kind of saying, I'm a complicated man. I like acoustic music on a Sunday morning, but on a Friday night when I'm going out with my friends, maybe I'll listen to pop. I think people are kind of like that, Most people like more than one style of music, depending on their mood. Acoustic music is basically made with instruments that aren't electric. So think one of those older wooden-style guitars with a big hole in the middle. We would call that an acoustic guitar. The kind you see that rock players or heavy metal players playing with it's plugged into a speaker that makes it really loud. Acoustic is quite quiet. So generally when we talk about acoustic music, we're talking about music that is done for smaller audiences. You might see an acoustic performance somewhere really small, like your local coffee shop or something like that. So it might be folk music, it might be pop music. I think even Ed Sheeran, he kind of started playing acoustic music in the subway, right? So he didn't have a big band. There weren't, electric keyboards and all sorts of cool sounds. It was mostly sort of an older style of music using an older style of instrument that's not electric. And then we had pop. He also said he liked pop. Now, pop is short for the longer word popular. And I think as many people know, if something is popular, that means lots of people like it. So pop music is something that lots of people will like. You'll probably hear it on the radio quite easily. There are many pop music stations. And pop music is basically simple kind of music that might have a fun melody or tune that you can sing along with or hum. And it might have a kind of fun, energetic, dancey beat to it. So
or
pop
even
music.
catchy lines, catchy lines, like
catchy
the
lines,
lyrics.
yeah, that kind of thing. Not super complicated in a musical kind of way, but just fun to listen to. It's kind of the junk food of music, I guess you could say. It's very easy to enjoy, but also you kind of forget it quickly too.
OK， 所以 acoustic 这个字呢，其实就是指音乐原音的不插电的，是个形容词哦。那 pop 就是流行音乐，就是 popular 的缩写。所以现在大家很流行的 K-pop 就是韩流或是韩系的音乐，哇，就是韩国流行音乐啦。那再来就是 King of Pop 是谁呢？我能想到当然就是经典不败的 Michael Jackson, MJ, and also ABBA.
Yeah,
also
very
popular, very popular pop groups of the 1970s.
Yep, and they're going to be coming back, I think, next year or this year, performing some shows, right?
Oh my God, Mamma Mia.
There you go. So if you want to be a dancing queen, you can do it all over again. All right, back to our article.
Okay.
Talking about more of the groups that they can see at this festival and more of the styles of music they can see, Tracy says there's an indie pop band performing. It's called Golden Sunride. It's a Taiwanese band with great attitude. So that's another band assuming, I'm guessing Tracy wants to see. They're described as indie pop. So it could be pop music, but maybe it's a little different, a little unusual, and probably this is a fairly new band. And once they become more famous and more well-known, maybe they'll just become a pop band. But anyway, they're performing. When you perform, this word basically means to put on a show or to do a show for people. If you're dancing in a ballet, if you're doing some hip-hop dance with your friends, if you're acting in a play, if you're standing on stage playing or singing a song, anything like that, where you're putting on a show for people to watch, you are performing. For example, I was lucky enough to see Jay Chou or Jay Zhou, Zhou Jiren, perform on his last tour.
How lucky.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I want to see Jolin Tsai perform. Okay.
I've seen her too. She was great.
J. OK, 好。所以当我们用这样的句型 There is a blah 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 band performing. It's called blah blah blah. 就是有个叫做什么乐团在表演。有个什么什么乐团在表演，他们叫做，然后就是他们的名称就是团名。那 perform 这个动词就是演出啦、表演啦。OK， 那 performance 则是它的名词，就是同样也有着演出表演的意思。而刚刚有提到 attitude 就是态度或是自信的意思OK, so I love it when I teach students with a good attitude.
And your attitude is basically how you're feeling emotionally and also maybe kind of how you carry yourself, how you know, what people see when they look at you or the feeling that you give them when you're around them. And yeah, we can talk about having good attitude. You're friendly, you're in a good mood. Having a bad attitude, I don't like this and you're stupid and leave me alone. That's having a pretty bad attitude. And also when we talk about pop stars or movie stars, you know, they have a certain special confidence. They just kind of seem very sure of themselves and they seem very comfortable with themselves. And that's kind of one of the attitudes that other people might look at and admire. Wow, I wish I could be as confident and as cool as Dua Lipa or something like
Dua
that.
Lipa. Oh my God.
She's got a cool attitude or something. I think Ed Sheeran is well known for having kind of a friendly attitude, right? He always seems like he's a nice guy. He's in a good mood. But if you're in a heavy metal band, you might want a dangerous attitude or something like that. Let's talk about another situation. Here's our example sentence. Why does that bus driver have such a bad attitude? I only asked him to drive at a safe speed. So obviously the bus driver was not looking and acting very friendly that day.
Scary. Okay, so next in the article we read, Eric says, let's see their performance then. I hope they meet expectations. Okay. Okay, so expectation, what does this word mean?
Expectations are basically what you hope for, what you expect. You see that E-X-P-E-C-T there? What you expect are your expectations. So if you went to a birthday party, your expectation would be that there will be presents, there'll be a candle, there'll be cake. There'll be candles on the cake, I should say. There'll be decorations. This is what you expect, right? If you went to the birthday party and they're like, hey, we're going surfing and we're going to spend the day on a boat, you might say, oh, that wasn't part of my expectations. That's not what I expected. So when he's talking about meeting expectations, basically they're going to do what you hope that they will do. If you're really excited about something, you might have high expectations. This is what I think is going to happen. I'm excited. And then it might meet your expectations or it might not. It might fall short of your expectations. It won't be quite what you expected it to be. For example, our holiday was wonderful. Everything was so much better than my expectations.
OK, 所以刚刚回到那个课文是说 Let's see their performance then. 那我们去看他们的表演啊。I hope they meet expectations. 什么是 meet expectations? 就是我希望他们不会让人失望，因为 meet expectations 就是达到期望Expectation 就是期望啦、指望啦。那如果是低于你的期望，就是什么呢？ Under my expectations.
All right. Well, it sounds like they have lots of expectations for the festival, and I'm sure their expectations will be met. But let's get back to getting in. They haven't even gotten in yet, and they've already planned their whole day. So Tracy notices the line is moving, and she says, okay, in an excited way. It looks like we're almost at the front of the line. The head of the line, they're about to get in. She says, let's get our tickets ready to exchange for our wristbands. This is something that they might do at a festival because, of course, there's so many people there. They want to make sure you paid for the ticket, but you don't have to carry that ticket. Instead, they will exchange the ticket for a wristband, like a little bracelet, a little plastic thing you can wear, and then you don't have to worry about losing your ticket because it's wrapped around your arm. But first, you need to exchange or trade the tickets for the wristband. Now, exchange and trade are very similar. When you give someone something and they give you something back, you are exchanging things. That's about it. For example, I have to go back to the store to exchange my new pair of shoes for a larger pair. So I'm going to trade my old shoes for a new pair that fits better.
OK， 所以这时候呢，他就说我们赶快把票准备好哦，因为他们要怎么样呢？Let's get our tickets ready to exchange for our wristbands， 以便兑换手环。Exchange 这个动词就是兑换、交换。那 exchange for something 就是兑换某物或是交换某物。这里他们要兑换的是 wristband， 就是手腕带或是手环哦。所以如果有到这个音乐季，就会知道他们在说什么啦。
All right, so that's about all we have for today for our first dialogue at the music festival. It's been going so well so far that I think they're going to have a great day, and we're going to join them tomorrow as they're actually in the festival checking out some of the bands. It's going to be great. But before we go, we're going to have a little chat, so come on back and join us for that.
For You Chat.
All right, welcome back. So our For You Chat question for today is, of course, all about music festivals. Here's the question. Have you ever been to a music festival? If so, how was it? If not, would you like to? Why or why not?
Yeah, I think I've been to a few. I forgot what's the exact name called.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah, it was at the beach. It's kind of like the Fulong ones for sure. I've been to those.
Right.
Yeah.
But Haiyan or one of those?
Yeah, I've been to one of those. I don't know exactly the name because it was a while ago when I was super young.
Okay.
Getting old these days for getting into the crowds, and due to COVID, I'm probably I haven't been back to a music festival for quite a while. What about you?
Yeah, definitely I've been to music festivals. I was at the famous Lollapalooza Music Festival in America for the first 4 years. I've played at the Spring Scream Music Festival here. My own bands played there. Blues festivals in Malaysia, all sorts of things. The music festivals are great fun. If you can find one near you, go check it out. Even if your favorite band isn't there, it's still just a fun day out.
Yeah.
Many of them aren't too expensive. And really, once you're inside, your entertainment is taken care of. You can eat some. And often they have really good food these days.
I was going to say that,
many of them too. So you can really have a great day, even if it's at the beach or in a nice park somewhere. Yeah, it's a good day out, maybe even a good weekend with your friends if you like camping, music festivals. They try to please everyone with every taste, with all sorts of entertainment. So even if you're not the biggest music fan, you'll probably have a great day at a festival, as long as it's not raining. Some of them, they have rain and you're up to your ankles and your knees in mud after a few hours. That might be the best one to avoid. But even that might be an adventure. All right, guys, we're going to have more of an adventure with Eric and Tracy tomorrow inside the actual music festival. So please join us for that. Until then, rock on, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.
Rocker.
Vocabulary Review.
Stage. The president walked up onto the stage in front of thousands of people to give her speech. Pop. Vicky is tired of listening to the radio because it only plays pop music. She prefers music that fewer people know. Perform. I'm very nervous about performing in front of people. I worry they will think I'm a bad singer. Attitude. Ricky was always the most popular boy in the school. The other kids all loved his cool attitude. Expectation. Greg's dish didn't meet the judges' expectations, so he didn't reach the next round of the cooking show. Exchange. Jenny often takes her old books to exchange for new ones at her local bookstore. She doesn't want to collect too many.
智慧小补帖
Acoustic. Wristband.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net